Hey there! Welcome to English Podcast Adventures. I'm Sophia.
And I'm Michael. We're excited to have you with us.
Let's dive in and learn something new together.
Yeah, today we want to chat about a few English words. Words that can really help you understand more and, express yourself better.
Exactly. We're going to explore them together, make them super clear.
And hopefully you'll feel more confident using them.
Okay, let's start. Oh, and before we jump in, if you like what we're doing, please think about liking, sharing, and subscribing.
Yeah, that really helps us keep going. Thanks.
Okay, ready to start. Our first group of words is all about inner strength and how people do things.
Qualities that help you achieve things or get through tough times.
Right. Ways of acting.
Great. First word, perseverance.
Perseverance. Okay, this means you keep trying, even when things are really difficult or they take a very long time.
So it's like determination, not giving up.
Exactly that. Strong determination to reach a goal. You just don't quit.
I think learning a language needs perseverance, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's a perfect example for English learners. It takes perseverance. You have to study, maybe every day. Practice speaking.
Even when you make mistakes, which
Yeah.
happens.
Right, and you keep going even when you feel, I don't know, a bit slow or discouraged. That's perseverance.
Like, despite failing his test, he showed great perseverance.
And studied much harder for the next one.
Yes. He didn't let the failure stop him. He kept trying.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So knowing perseverance helps you describe that kind of strong, consistent effort, the kind you need for big goals.
Yeah, it really highlights the importance of sticking with it, not quitting. Okay, next word in this group. Resilient.
Resilient. This describes someone, or even something, that bounces back quickly after a bad thing happens.
Bounces back.
Yeah, like if you're resilient, stress or problems or failures,
Yeah.
they don't stop you for long. You recover, you get back up, and you continue.
Oh, I like that. Like being flexible inside.
Yeah.
Strong.
That's a great way to put it. Flexible and strong. Able to handle pressure. For instance, after losing her job, she was resilient.
And quickly started looking for a new one, so she didn't stay down.
Exactly. She felt bad, sure, but she recovered and took action.
Can it be used for groups too, like a town?
Oh, definitely. The community was resilient after the storm, helping each other rebuild their homes. They faced something awful, but they recovered together.
So resilient is useful for talking about that ability to handle challenges, to recover, maybe even grow stronger.
Mm-hmm. It's a really positive quality to describe.
Okay, our next one is meticulous.
Meticulous. This means being super careful, paying close attention to every single tiny detail when you're doing something.
Like checking everything, making sure it's perfect.
Precisely. A meticulous person checks everything to make sure it's accurate, complete, just right. Think of an artist drawing something very detailed.
Okay.
The artist was meticulous, making sure every line in the drawing was perfect. Extreme care on every detail.
Or maybe preparing for something important, like a meeting.
Yes, he was meticulous in preparing for the meeting, checking all the facts twice, double-checking everything, no mistakes wanted.
Got it. So meticulous describes work done with really high quality because of all that care with the details.
Right. It suggests a very careful, very precise approach to things.
Okay, next up, pragmatic.
Pragmatic. This describes someone or a way of thinking that's focused on what's practical, what's realistic in the real world.
Not just ideas or theories, but what actually works.
Exactly. A pragmatic person makes decisions based on what will be effective, what will actually get the job done well.
So looking for simple, realistic solutions.
For example, instead of planning a huge, expensive party, they took a pragmatic approach and had a simple gathering at home, practical for their situation.
Right, grounded in reality.
That's it. Or she is a pragmatic person. She always looks for simple solutions that really work, not overly complicated ideas that are maybe hard to implement.
Okay, so knowing pragmatic helps describe that kind of sensible thinking, focusing on results, efficiency.
Yeah, being realistic and focusing on what achieves the goal.
And the last word in this first section, innovative.
Innovative. This is about creating new things, new ideas, new ways of doing things, new products.
So thinking in original ways, developing something new.
Yes, exactly. And usually something useful or effective too. Think about tech companies. The company is known for being innovative, always creating new technology.
Like new phones or computers.
Right, things that didn't exist before. But it's not just technology.
Oh, like ideas too.
Absolutely. She had an innovative idea for teaching English using games, a new method, and it worked well. Helped students learn.
Ah, okay. So innovative describes that kind of creativity that leads to positive change. Progress, something novel and useful.
Yes, bringing fresh, valuable ideas or things into the world.
Wow, okay. That was our first group. 5 words about inner strength and action. Perseverance, resilient, meticulous, pragmatic, and innovative.
That's right. Good start. Now let's move to our second group. These words are more about talking and ideas.
How we use language, share information, that kind of thing.
Exactly. Communication styles.
Okay, first one here is eloquent.
Eloquent. This describes speaking or writing that's really clear, powerful, and persuasive. Very skillful use of language.
So more than just correct grammar, it's about impact.
Yes, exactly. An eloquent person expresses things well, maybe complex thoughts, and they connect with the audience, make them feel something.
Like a really good speech.
Perfect example. The politician gave an eloquent speech that inspired many people. The words, the delivery. It all worked together powerfully.
And writing can be eloquent too.
Oh, definitely. Her writing was eloquent and easy to understand, even if the topic was difficult. It flowed well, made things clear and engaging.
So eloquent means skillful, effective language. A real compliment for communication.
Mm-hmm. It's sort of the opposite of, well, maybe our next word.
Which is verbose. Does that mean the opposite?
It kind of does. Verbose means using way too many words, more words than you need to say something.
Ah, so it makes things unclear because there's just too much.
Exactly. Talking or writing in a verbose way can be confusing.
Yeah.
Or just boring. The main point gets lost in all the extra stuff.
Like a really long email where you have to search for the actual question.
Yes. His email was very verbose. It took a long time to find the main point. Too long, too wordy.
Or someone telling a story with every single tiny detail, even unimportant ones.
That's another good example. The professor's explanations were sometimes verbose, making it hard for students to follow. Too many extra words, complicated sentences maybe.
So verbose is the word for communication that's just too long, not direct. Too many unnecessary words.
Yeah, when using fewer words would actually be better.
Okay. Next, anecdotal.
Anecdotal, right. Anecdotal information is based on personal stories, individual experiences.
Not on, like, facts or studies.
Exactly. An anecdote is just one story. So anecdotal information might be interesting, might illustrate a point, but it's not proof for a general rule. It's just one person's experience.
So if I say, my friend learned English in a month, that's anecdotal. It might not be true for most people.
Precisely. She told an anecdotal story about how she learned English, but it wasn't typical. It's her story, not general evidence.
Or if someone makes a claim but only gives personal stories as proof.
Yes, his evidence was only anecdotal. He didn't have facts or studies to support his claim, just stories.
Okay, so anecdotal helps us understand when information is just a personal story, not necessarily a wider truth. Helps you think critically.
Right, it makes you question where the information comes from. Is it just one story or is there more evidence?
Next word, obfuscate. Ooh, that sounds a bit negative.
It often is, yeah. To obfuscate means to deliberately make something confusing, to make it unclear or hard to understand on purpose.
On purpose. Why would someone do that?
Well, maybe to hide the truth. Or avoid responsibility. They might use really difficult language or give vague answers or change the subject.
So they want it to be confusing.
Yes, the goal is to prevent clear understanding, like the company trying to obfuscate the problem with confusing reports, making them hard to read so people wouldn't see the issue.
Or if you ask someone a tough question and they give a really long, confusing answer that doesn't really say anything.
Exactly that. When asked a difficult question, he tried to obfuscate by changing the topic. Intentional confusion.
Got it. So obfuscate describes that deliberate act of making something unclear, hiding something by creating confusion.
Mm-hmm. It's not just being accidentally unclear, it's doing it on purpose.
Okay. And the last word in this communication group is superfluous.
Superfluous. This means something is more than needed. It's extra unnecessary.
And it doesn't help. Maybe even makes things worse.
Often, yes, it adds extra stuff, words, items, whatever, that don't improve things and might just clutter or confuse.
Like putting way too many decorations on a cake. It was fine before.
Good example. Adding extra decorations was superfluous. The room looked good already. The extra wasn't needed, didn't make it better.
And you mentioned words earlier.
Yes, very relevant for writing. In writing, superfluous words make sentences weaker. They add length, but no meaning. You can often just remove them, and the sentence is stronger, clearer.
So superfluous means extra, not needed, maybe even unhelpful. Excess.
Things you can get rid of without losing anything important.
Okay, that's another 5 words done. How are you feeling about these words so far? Are they starting to make sense? We've covered words like eloquent, verbose, anecdotal, obfuscate, superfluous, all about communication.
Yeah, and before that, words like perseverance and resilient.
Learning these specific words really helps you understand English more deeply, doesn't it? And express yourself with more precision, like adding more colors to your vocabulary. And hey, if you're finding this useful, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. It helps others find us. All right, let's move into our final group of words for today. These are more about describing states, feelings, maybe appearances, or things that don't last.
Sounds good. First one, ambivalent.
Ambivalent. How does someone feel if they're ambivalent?
Ambivalent means having mixed feelings, both positive and negative feelings about the same thing at the same time, or feeling unsure because you have conflicting thoughts.
Oh, like feeling two ways about something, feeling torn.
Exactly. Torn is a good word for it. For example, she felt ambivalent about moving to a new city. Maybe excited about the job.
But nervous about leaving friends.
Precisely. Excited is positive, nervous is negative. Both feelings together, ambivalent.
Or maybe choosing between two options.
Yes. He was ambivalent about the job offer. Good pay, maybe. That's positive.
But maybe he didn't like the work itself. That's negative.
Right. Mixed feelings make the decision hard. So ambivalent describes that really common experience of having conflicting emotions or thoughts.
Yeah, happens all the time with big decisions. Okay, next word. Ephemeral.
Ephemeral. This describes something that lasts for a very, very short time. It's fleeting, temporary.
The opposite of permanent.
Exactly. Like something beautiful that vanishes quickly.
Oh, like a rainbow or a sunset.
Perfect examples. The beauty of a sunset is ephemeral. It's stunning for a few minutes, then it's gone.
Can it describe periods of life too?
It can. Childhood is often seen as an ephemeral time. It seems to fly by so fast when you look back.
Ah, okay. Ephemeral. It's a beautiful word itself. Helps describe things that are lovely or important, but just don't last long.
It really emphasizes the temporary nature of something.
Okay, this next one looks long. Pulchritudinous? Is that right?
Pulchritudinous, yes, you got it. It's a mouthful, and honestly, it's a very formal word. You won't hear it much in everyday chat.
So what does it mean?
It simply means extremely beautiful, strikingly lovely to look at, but in a very high-level, almost literary way.
So just very beautiful, but fancy.
Pretty much. You might find it in older literature or very descriptive writing. They describe the mountain scenery as pulchritudinous, meaning exceptionally beautiful, breathtaking.
Like a famous painting in a museum.
Could be, yes. The painting was truly pulchritudinous, if it was stunningly beautiful.
Okay, so maybe I won't use it talking to my friends.
Probably not. But it's good to recognize if you see it written down. And it is a very strong way to say beautiful. Adds another level to your vocabulary, even if it's rare.
Fair enough. Good to know. Okay, next. Ostentatious.
Ostentatious. This describes something like clothes, jewelry, maybe a car, or even just someone's behavior that's very showy.
Showy, like trying to get attention.
Exactly. Designed to attract attention, impress people, often by looking really expensive or fancy. Sometimes it's just, showing off a bit too much.
Ah, so it's about making a big display. To show wealth or importance, maybe.
Yes, in a very obvious way. Wearing a huge diamond necklace to a casual lunch might seem ostentatious. It's too much for the situation. Too showy.
Or like a really flashy car. Bright colors, loud engine.
That's a classic example. His ostentatious car was bright red and very noisy, clearly designed to make people look.
Okay, so ostentatious describes that kind of showy display, trying hard to attract attention.
Yeah, and it often carries a slightly negative feeling, like it might be in bad taste or just too much look at me.
Got it. And our final word for today, pernicious.
Pernicious. This describes something harmful, but the harm is slow. It's gradual, maybe hidden at first.
So it causes damage over time, not immediately.
Exactly. The negative effects aren't obvious right away, but they build up and become serious later on. Think about smoking.
Ah, because the damage happens slowly over years.
Right. Smoking is a pernicious habit because it harms your health slowly. The serious problems might not show up for a long time. The danger is hidden initially.
Can it be used for non-physical things, like ideas?
Oh, yes. Definitely. Spreading false rumors can have a pernicious effect on someone's reputation. It damages their good name bit by bit, slowly making it hard to fix.
Okay, so pernicious helps describe those kinds of dangers or problems that sneak up on you. harm that develops subtly over
Right.
time.
Like a slow-acting poison, whether it's physical or social or something else. A hidden, gradual harm.
Wow, and that's our final word. We made it through all 15.
We did! From perseverance and resilient,
2. Eloquent and verbose.
and ending with ambivalent, ephemeral, and pernicious. Quite a range.
You've definitely learned some great new words today. We really hope you'll try to listen for them. You know, when you're watching movies or reading online in English,
Yeah, notice how they're used, and maybe, if you feel ready, try using one yourself, in writing or even speaking.
because learning these kinds of specific descriptive words, it really does help you understand English better and express yourself more precisely.
It's like we said, getting more crayons for your vocabulary box, more colors to use.
Absolutely. So thinking about all these words, qualities like perseverance, resilience, communication styles, things that last or fade away like ephemeral moments. Which one feels most interesting or maybe most important to you right now in your life?
That's a good thought to leave with. Something to think about.
Well, thank you so much for diving into these words with us today on English Podcast Adventures.
We really hope you found it helpful for your English journey.
Please do like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And join us next time for another English Podcast Adventure.